in Scotland, brilliant! Come and join me on my West Highland Way adventure. 7 incredible days in Scotland amongst fantastic scenery and beautiful weather. Not like a Batman cape. Going to Scotland in April. Have that. I can't fix global warming on my own. Haggis is that way. Sodom. I spy with my little eye. I want to travel later. And this time for fun. Alright, come on. Iron brew used to be made for girders. These are the famous 6 pipes of Kinloch Leven. Just for... Oops. Did you want to know that? Probably not. Good morning world. Day 3 on the West Highland Way. Let's see what the view from the office looks like. Oh, not a bad sunrise, is it? 20 past 6. Gotta sort himself out and head off. Bring you back in a bit. Good morning. Day 3 on the West Highland Way. It's 10 to 7. I've just left Cashel campsite and I'm eating shite for breakfast. But I needed to get going. It's 18 miles to the campsite. So I thought I'd crack on because it could be a bit of a tough day today. I've just realised for the second day running I'm not fastened my shoes again. So I'll have to stop in a minute and do that. Well, I like this. I'll bring you back and tell you about the little surprise I had at the campsite last night. But before I tell you about my little surprise last night, I'll spin you around. Just take a look at this. So yesterday evening, set up my tent, had a shower, and sat by the lock side for a little bit. And I sat on a tree stump next to my tent, and this bloke walks over, sits down right next to me, and I look round. There's my good mate Jim Mawson and his lovely wife Zoe, and they just turned up unexpectedly on the way up into Scotland. No idea I was here, and promptly proceeded to cook me a curry and give me a few beers, which was nice. This week I've mostly been eating shite. Please, can I have some proper Scottish grub today. Hopefully at Big Glass campsite with a restaurant I can have something nice like haggis. I'll even eat a tatty scone, I don't care really. I just need something that's like a traditional Scottish food and that's not basically sugary shite that I've been eating for the last few days. Well, apart from that curry last night, Jim, which was amazing as always from you. But you know what I mean. Lawn sausage is this way. Those steps are a bit of a killer, coming away from the lock. I've got more to go. I don't want to go uphill today. Pretty inevitable, isn't it? Crack on, Julian. But luckily, haggis is that way. I'm hoping you can pick that out through the trees. But that in front of you there is Ben Lomond. I think it's 914 metres. The most southerly of all the Munros. So I did mention earlier I could eat a tatty scone, but I realised then that a few of you might not know what a tatty scone is. So tatty being a Scottish word for potato, and scone, or scone if you're from the south of England, being the word for scone, like a cake that you have cream on. Well, it's not really a cake either. Anyway, a tatty scone neither looks nor tastes like a tatty or a scone. I find them a bit weird, to be honest, but you get them on every full Scottish breakfast, and for calorific sake I may have to experiment by eating some. In Scotland, brilliant! Now that'd be quite a nice place to wild camp, and if you like trees, this is the place to be. So we're just walking past Roden Hotel now. There's quite a few people doing the West Highland Way who stay there. That's quite a nice place, really. Keep going. I think there's a bar around here, the Clansman Bar, but given that it is 8:45, I don't think it's open. Another chance for haggis bap missed. That's pretty special, isn't it? Oh, I spy with my little eye something beginning with HB, Honesty Box, Ben's Bakes. Let's see what they've got in here. Cheese, egg, onion, flan, cheese roll. All right, come on, I'm getting some of that. Excellent. Breakfast sorted, lunch sorted, £6. Bargain. Right, cash, pound coin, and a fiver. Oh, look at that banana and caramel loaf. Oh, looks amazing. Fabulous. A perfect little stop for breakfast. Let's see what this cheese and onion flan is like. I'll have some iron brew because I don't want to carry that from one campsite to another. Made from girders. This looks amazing. So good. Well, I have to say, Ben's Bakes, I salute you. That was fantastic. Just what I needed. My TripAdvisor review is 15 out of 10. That had the most selection of everything. Reasonably priced as well. And I've got a sandwich for later. I'm not going to starve today. Brilliant. I don't care what they say, I'm eating haggis this holiday. Sodom. So we're approaching an interesting section now. Either take the low road to the left or the high road to the right. I'm going left. Why not? I'm on holiday. Alright, going for high road, I take it.
Yeah. It's a little bit easier on the toes.
I might see you later. Depending if I survive, I might see you later. Ta-da! Well, I've been on the lower path now for about 5 minutes. Plenty of people wild camping. I have to say, it's been alright so far. I've got all day, so it doesn't matter, does it? That's fairly steep, and there are steep bits on here that you definitely don't want to fall off. But I have to say, I think I made the right choice coming this way. It's lovely. It's kind of what you sign up for, isn't it, when you do the West Highland Way? Day 3 on the West Highland Way. The lock continues. The streams are drying up. People have 1,000-yard stare. Will this lock ever end? Will I survive? Or will someone else have to finish this YouTube video? Tune in for more. Look at the Arrowcat Alps and the Cobbler. That's fantastic on a day like today. Do you remember that sign earlier that talked about haggis on that wall? This set of walls is where they used to keep them all. They used to keep them all in these big stone pens, because haggis being quite short, really. Can't jump over the walls. Of course the walls were higher back in the day, but yeah, this is where the first great haggis pen was. Or I might have just made all of that up. And as we're walking along, there is the Roy Bothy. Oh my god, I made a mess of that, didn't I? The it's a Bothy. I'm not going in it because it's probably busy. But if you fancy staying in bothies on your way, there is one, however you want to pronounce it. And in other news, the high road and the low road are about to meet. So we made it to the Inversnaid Hotel and the waterfall next to it. God, that pool looks so inviting. I am so hot. I'm not getting in there, my bits would shrivel up even more than normal. So that was Inversnaid Hotel. Stopped off, filled up some tap water, drank a bit of my iron brew, and now off we go. Last stretch of the day. The path is really gnarly here. As you can see, under these big rocks, very up and down. But it's beautiful. Up one bit, down another. Wow. There's a reflective part on there. You find your way in the fog and the clag. This is slow going. Don't mind telling you, I'll be looking forward to the end of today, getting a pint, having a proper sit down. God, it is red hot today. It's only the, what, 8th of April, something like that. Roasting. Breathe in, duck. Oh. Oh. Bloody hell. So at this moment in time, I don't want a bridge, I want a travelator. Ooh. And still the lock goes. We've got another mile or so to get to the campsite, and I am goosed. Yes, made it to Benglass at last, in the hardest 18 miles I've ever done. I need a pint. I need to take this bag off. Drink lots of liquids. But we're here now, so I can start recovering for tomorrow. So I'm at the Benglass campsite now. I'm not going to do much more filming tonight because I'm absolutely knackered. The 18 miler was actually 20 and I'm done in. But I might bring you back to show you the haggis, neeps and tatties that I'm planning on having at the restaurant. When I got to the campsite earlier, I had a pint for medicinal purposes. This one is not for medicinal purposes. Oh, that's good. Now wait for my haggis, neeps and tatties to turn up. Trail food at its finest. That was excellent. It lasted about 5 seconds and I could eat it again. Oh, morning. Day 4 of the West Highland Way. Oh, after yesterday's really hard long day, today's a bit easier. It's 11ish miles to Tyndrum and I'm staying in the Tyndrum Inn tonight, so no need to put the tent up. But before that, it's going to be a leisurely day and I'm going to have a bit of a breakfast. But before that, I'm going back to sleep for a bit. I'm going to take it nice and steady today. Luckily I'm staying in the Tyndrum Inn, so I can power up all my devices, get the tent out, dry that off a bit, and there are a few clouds around today, so I'm hoping it might not be as hot as it was yesterday, so with easier terrain, should be a good day. I'll bring you back a bit further on. Feels a damn sight easier than yesterday, which is just what I needed. A few more hours and we'll be there. Taking a breather. The only negative side of today is walking along the A82 for quite a bit. You can hear the motorcycles behind me. But if you ignore that side and look that way, go on, have a look. You see what I mean? It's absolutely fantastic. So I've done about an hour and 30 minutes. Thought I'd stop 5 minutes, have some liquid, keep topped up. I was a bit dehydrated yesterday. Long day, didn't drink enough, didn't eat enough. Ridiculous. At least today's a bit easier. I'm determined to stay more hydrated. So I've got 3 electrolyte tablets in here as well to help the salts and fluids. Cheers. I'm a little dog. Bloody hell! Oh, less ducking for this one. Thank goodness for that. Huggy, huggy, huggy! Oh! Woo! So I was chatting to a bloke earlier who walked past me without a bag on. He's kind of wild camping in various different places, but after a couple of days he decided to use the baggage transfer service. It's not as much as you think. I believe it's about 70 or 80 pounds for the whole way. He said it cost him about 55 pounds for most of the way, and it means he's got a nice light pack on for today. Well, actually he had no pack, he just had his coat and a drink, and off he goes. I have to say, next time, if I do this again, I will either carry a hell of a lot less stuff, or do baggage transfer service, or even do baggage transfer service and stay in hotels. Why not? You can do the West Highland Way however you like, can't you? And yes, I do know how ridiculous I look with a hat on sideways. Thank you very much. Stop off for 5 minutes. This will make a lovely little wild camping spot. There's about 5 and a bit miles to go to Tyndrum. It's 12 o'clock, so there's no rush. So on today's What the Fact Do I Know concerns one of Scotland's most iconic sweet treats, the Tunnock's tea cake. Now this story goes back to the 1960s and the Cold War, and RAF pilots used to take these on their nuclear bombers to have as a little snack, presumably while flying over eastern Germany. Anyway, in 1965 a pilot and his student took 2 of these and put them unwrapped, Lord only knows why, behind their instrument panel, where, as the story goes, they exploded, leaving a white sticky residue all over the instrument panel and cockpit. Anyway, after that they were banned, as the story goes, until recently, when some tests have been carried out on these, unwrapped, taking them to high heights and quick drops of elevation in an altitude chamber to see whether they did actually explode or not. What they found was that unwrapped, some of the marshmallow started to ooze from the chocolate, but they actually found that if they were frozen beforehand, that stopped it. So now RAF pilots allegedly are allowed to carry these again, but they have to be wrapped. And I'm not making that up, it's true. It was on the BBC News. Thank you for watching What the Fact Do I Know? You can put them all in the mouth in one go, but I wouldn't advise it going down this path. When the wind blows high and the wind blows low, over the fields and the hills we go, and all the lassies say, "Hello, Donald, where's your trousers?" So as you can see over there, there's the Crean Larrick Hills. So Benmore on the left at 1,174 metres. Stobinian, sharp one in the middle at 1,165 metres. And then Cruacca Drain to your right at 1,046 metres. And I know that because of that. So it's about 10 to 2 now. I'm about 1.5 miles or so out of Tyndrum, having set off at 9:30 this morning. I've actually eaten a little bit more today. I've had a waffle, and a Tunnocks tea cake and a Baby Bell to power me on. And of course I had that full Scottish breakfast this morning. God, what was in those beans, my God. I am farted, something chronic. But as you can tell, I look and feel a lot better than I did yesterday when I got into camp. And tonight, I'm staying at the Tyndrum Inn. So I've got a nice comfy bed, can power up all my devices, wash some clothes because I think I stink, and generally have a good night's kip before tomorrow's 18-miler. Well, there's a bit of a kick-off here quite a while ago, a few hundred years ago, in that very field where the sheep are. The Lochern of the Lost Sword. After he was beaten at Dalry, Robert the Bruce and his army threw their weapons into the small Lochern. This included Robert Bruce's claymore, and local legends suggest it lies here to this day. Let's have a big magnet and a line and see if you can find it. Probably best not. Yes, the Tyndrum Inn. Tonight's stop. 12 miles done. Now 3 o'clock. And I'm ready to take this bag off and have a pint. Right, so let me show you into my room for tonight at the Tyndrum Inn. Not bad, single bed, bit of a cabinet, sink, little kettle, shared bathroom down the way. But this will do for a night. Charge my devices up, wash some clothes, get a good night's sleep. But before I do anything else, I'm off for a pint because I think I deserve one. So I've just ordered myself Moby Dick and chips, which I'll show you when that arrives. But in the meantime, I've ordered this pint for medicinal purposes and this pint for fun. I'll show you my fish and chips when they arrive because they look massive. Cheers. I am starving. An early tea. Brilliant. That's incredible. So good. Right, so I've had my tea and now we're off to hit the clubs and pubs of Tyndrum and go to the lap dancing bar. It's half price special on a Wednesday for West Highland Wayers. So that'll be good, only a £5. Or I might just go to the Green Willy stop and buy some supplies for tomorrow. And then get a pint in the Tyndrum Inn and have an early night. Decisions.